radical, fundamentalist, Islamic terrorists. And the question is the extent to which this country and this capital is willing to declare war, not just on a few people, but on a way of life that's aimed to destroy the United States. That is a very, very big thing. And there's going to have to be a discussion of it. What will happen is that the president will act first. And I think he's going to act without too many more days passing. And they will have to have a joint session of Congress at which he will explain and may ask for some kind of declaration, not of war in the old sense necessarily, but in some new 21st century sense that we can't even fully describe right now. So these are very important times, Chris, because basic principles of life in the world in the 21st century, or the basic rules are being written now as we speak.
Is he going to make war, to use the word you used, on people who do this kind of thing or people who did this thing?
I think they're going to, as Pete Williams was reporting, I think they're going to have a very, very specific idea. And they're going to name names, and they're going to look for places that supported these particular people. And right now, all the sources that I talk to, the experts I talk to, obviously point to Afghanistan. Right. But Afghanistan is only one part of a radical part of what is a wider world. And the White House has to be very careful to focus just on the proper people, because there are 1 billion Muslims in the world. We're not talking about war against Islam. We're talking about people with a specific interpretation that is bent on destroying the United States and its allies.
Does the President, based upon your reporting, does the President of the United States intend to knock out, take out, a term used in military parlance, a number of sites that are, you might say, in alliance with bin Laden?
Well, I don't think it's clear yet, and I certainly, as a guy who covers American politics, don't know all the answers. But the interesting thing to me is I can't cover American politics anymore without understanding the dynamics, the emotional and military dynamics of that part of the world. We're all in a crash course right now.
But it's not going to be a long criminal investigation leading to some trial in The Hague in 2 years.
No. I do know enough to know that the advisors around him are saying, you have a window here. You have a window. The American public is angry. The American people are buying flags at 100 times the normal rate. They want justice, and they want an answer, and they want you to act, and they want you to act fairly quickly. He knows he has a few days, but he wants to do the diplomatic work of isolating the bad guys from the other guys, pick the specific targets, make sure he clears it with Congress, and acts quickly. It's going to be a matter of days and hours, not weeks.
The only success we have like that, I mentioned earlier tonight, was when Ronald Reagan got even, to be blunt about it, with Muammar Gaddafi after our U.S. servicemen were blown up in that bar in West Berlin. When we knew that he had done it, we went and bombed the hell out of him. We killed his daughter. We would have killed him if he was in the right tent. Is that the kind of campaign we're talking about? Go in and find out where bin Laden is and drop everything we got on him and try to get him.
As with everything else with this president, you look to his father.
Right.
George Herbert Walker Bush spent a lot of time carefully putting together a coalition. We don't have that. Bush doesn't. This Bush doesn't have that kind of time, given the anger of the American people. This is the biggest attack on America ever.
I got you.
He doesn't have that time, but he's going to try to the extent he can follow that procedure in terms of lining up support. That's why today they were talking about NATO support, UN support, congressional support.
But no Arab support.
Not yet.
Maybe they don't have their hands bloody by this.
No, they don't want to talk about that until they have what they can get of that piece of the puzzle, which they're going to want.
You think they want some Arab support?
Oh, they're going to need it, absolutely.